Claire Cookie Crumb Fun. In today's video for Trim and Healthy Mama Monday, I'm going to be sharing a few of my favorite meals. One of my subscribers asked me what some of my favorite meals are, so I'm going to share with you some of those meals. So stay tuned and see what they are. So welcome back to Claire Cookie Crumb Fun. I'm Claire and this is Trim and Healthy Mama Monday. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming by. And I would love if you would subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I usually talk a lot about Trim Healthy Mama. I have a video just about every Monday for Trim Healthy Mama, and I do some recipe reviews here and there that I put out during the week. And we have 7 children and I homeschool. And so I'm starting to put out more homeschool videos. I have a Thankful Thursday. I haven't done it in the last couple of weeks because I'm really busy doing other things, but I really enjoy it. It's not one of my most popular themes, but I enjoy it. So I'm going to stick with it just because it's something enjoyable to do and it's a blessing. And then I just started a new little series about giving a money-saving tip for large families. But you can also use them for any size family. They're not necessarily just for people with, you know, like 10 kids or whatever. If you have no children, or if you're empty nesters, or if you're just living on a tight budget, I believe that there will be money-saving tips that will help anybody. And they're probably already things that you probably already know, but I just wanted to share them because they are helpful to my family and our budget. So today's video for Trim Healthy Mama Monday, I am going to talk about some of my favorite meals. I had a subscriber ask me last week in the comments what some of my favorite things were, because she had said that I had mentioned, what was it, the Waldorf cottage cheese salad, and she hadn't tried that before, and now she really enjoys eating that, so she wants to know some of my other favorites. And I would love, if you're watching this, if you would put in the comments what some of your favorite meals are for whether breakfast, snack, lunch, or dinner, because this is how we're going to find a new recipe. The last few weeks I've been talking about budget-friendly meals, so I'll put an iCard above for that in case you would like to go back and watch those videos. I went through the cookbook and show some of my favorites for Trim Healthy Mama in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook for some Trim Healthy Mama budget-friendly meals. And the week before, I believed I just have a list of different budget-friendly meals and websites that you can go to that have a whole list. You know, Trim Healthy Mama bloggers, they have a whole list of other bloggers and their recipes that are budget-friendly. So today I'm going to share with you just a couple ideas. This is going to be real quick. For breakfast, what I found that 2 of my favorite breakfasts, now I don't eat these like every other day because I like to try something different. Not like trying new recipes, but I will add variety to my breakfasts, and where I don't eat eggs and bacon. Like I don't have like scrambled eggs every single day type of thing. All right, if that makes sense. So for breakfast, and I also use this as a snack, this is so delicious. I will have a link below to this recipe. It's at Brianna Thomas's website. And she also has a cookbook. I don't know if you have the cookbook, if it's in her cookbook or not. That's the next cookbook that I'm going to purchase one day. But she has a peanut butter and jelly breakfast crumble. You make it with coconut flour and I think a little bit of flax meal. And I used peanut flour to make it one time, but the recipe calls for the natural peanut butter. And she says the runnier the better. And it makes it a little dry, but it's supposed to be a crumble, all right? And then you pour almond milk on top of it, and then of course it sucks it up and it's not so dry. It is so delicious. Like if you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you don't want to cave and eat the bread and have the off-plan things, then you make this recipe. You can make it for your kids for breakfast if you want them something healthy. It is so good. You use about, I think, 3 or 4 frozen bananas. Not banana. Why did I say bananas? Strawberries. I don't know why I said bananas. This is an S. And you put in some frozen strawberries and they thaw while it's cooking. That's how I do it. She says to slice the thaw them beforehand and slice them up, but I just throw them in there and mix it together and then mush it when it's, because they get so mushy, you know, once they're thawed and cooked. And so there's the peanut butter, there's the jelly, and then there's the crumble, and then you pour some almond milk on top. It is so delicious. All right, it is a great snack. It is a great breakfast. So I highly recommend this recipe. This is one of my favorites. I've been making this recipe probably for about 2 years. I probably make it once a week. It is really good. So link below for that one. And then the other thing for breakfast that one of my favorite things is, I mean, you know, I eat the scrambled eggs, the fried eggs, all that kind of stuff, oatmeal, pancakes and whatnot, but steamed eggs over spinach. If you just, I use frozen spinach. I put it in my smallest, what is it, like an 8-inch frying pan. And I put probably a half a cup of the frozen spinach in there and let that all, you know, cook and thaw out. And then I add a whole bunch of salt. And then I break 3 eggs on top. You can do 2 if you'd rather do 2, be more budget friendly. And put more salt on, nutritional yeast on top of that. And then you turn it down to really low to about 2. You put the lid on and it steams and cooks the eggs. And you can take the lid off and eat it whenever the egg yolks are to your liking. I usually wait till there's like a white film over the eggs, and that it's usually cooked by then. It just so hits the spot every single time. You can add a side of bacon or sausage or something if you want, like more food if you don't think that's enough, but that's usually enough for me. And it's so good with the spinach. There was Jessica Fisher over at goodcheapeats.com. It's not a Trim Healthy Mama site, but it is a good budget-friendly site if you're looking for budget-friendly family meals. She did something eggs over greens. I don't remember what kind of greens she used, but she's the one who gave me the idea for this. And it is delicious. And my husband and my children know that this is one of my favorite meals. So they try to make it for Mother's Day. They try to make it for my birthdays, special times where they want to make me breakfast. That's what my husband's like, oh, we got to get the spinach, you know. So that are 2 of my favorite breakfasts. Now, on to lunch. Lunch at my house, my kids we homeschool, so my kids all feed themselves, but I usually eat leftovers for lunch. Lunch is not a really big special meal at our house for me, because I'll just eat whatever we have leftovers of. And that's really my lunches. If there are no leftovers, that's when I'll have just a wrap with the low-carb tortillas, or I will make a really big salad. Now, I don't remember if it's in the new cookbook, but in the original Trim Healthy Mama book, there's an idea for a fuel pull salad. That is a fantastic salad. If you need a fuel pull and you want to get all your veggies in, just don't put any salad dressing on it. And watch the amount of dairy that you put on, like cheeses and any starchy vegetables. Be careful with that. And you could have this great filling fuel pull salad. So that's something that I like when I don't have anything else, like no leftovers. And the other thing is, like I mentioned before, the Waldorf cottage cheese salad. That just hits the spot. It's a great E. If you're not getting enough E's in and you can stand cottage cheese, and I know a lot of people can't stand the cottage cheese, you can have that. But you can also have the loaded potato soup. That's in the cookbooks, and that's single serve, and that hits the spot. Even in the summertime, when it's kind of warm, it's still a really good soup to have. And then there's the Just Like Campbell's tomato soup. That soup, when I first tried it, I was amazed how much it tasted like the regular tomato soup. It's really good. Now, in the new cookbook, they only have the S version. In the original book, they have a fuel pull version where you use cottage cheese. No, not cottage cheese. What's it called? Greek yogurt instead of heavy cream. And it never really mixes up really good enough. I mean, it tastes fine, but it's the look, you know, where there's like pieces of white floating around in it. You know what I mean? And so I never really made it a whole lot that way. I usually make it with the heavy cream. It's so delicious, and it is cheap. If you have an Aldi near you, the tomato sauce cans are, what are they, $0.25? And you can have your soup for like, probably it'll end up being about 45 cents once you add everything else to it, because you got to use chicken stock, nutritional yeast. It's so good. Add a lot of nutritional yeast on it. Anyway, so that's one, and that's what I have written down. Another thing is a baked sweet potato. If you take a baked sweet potato and you put cottage cheese and black beans on it, that is a delicious lunch. Or if you need just a light dinner, like in the summer when it's really, really hot and you know you need to eat, but you don't want anything, you don't want to heat up the kitchen with the oven, you just microwave your thing, your potato, but just put like some cottage cheese on it and some black beans or some salsa. It's really good. Oh, it's so good. I was thinking, cottage cheese on my sweet potato? You gotta be kidding me. Nope, it's good. And if you want it sweet, like, you know, like a lot of people put like cinnamon sugar on their sweet potatoes, just make a blend with the Truvia or whatever sweetener you use with some cinnamon and that, and there you go. All right, so those are my lunches. Now for dinners, the things that I love right now are egg roll in a bowl. My kids eat it without complaint, which is a huge blessing if you have picky eaters, and I have a couple. And then the kai si ming, which is almost just like the egg roll in a bowl. That's in both books, the original Trim Healthy Mama book and the cookbook. Kai si ming, if I'm saying it right, is just cabbage and ground beef. And then the egg roll in a bowl is not in the original book, but it is in the cookbook. And those are meals, they're budget friendly, and they are delicious. And if you haven't tried them, you got to go try them. Now, the chana dal soup is one of my favorites too, but I haven't been able to find the chana dal out here. So I have to go. I keep saying I got to go to that Indian store, and I told my husband this week, I want to go. But I just never go just a little farther to that Indian store. So chicken paprikash. I made it a few weeks ago. It was amazing. I followed, now I believe Jennifer Griffin at A Home with Purpose has a recipe, and I tried that, and that's really good. But then this last time I wanted to try a more authentic Hungarian, because I believe it's a Hungarian recipe, isn't it? And I did, and it's basically the same ingredients. It's an S. I did not have to take anything out of the recipe because it was all Trim Healthy Mama friendly. And I ate it, and I'm eating it, and I'm going, oh, this is so good. When you're talking during your meal and saying how delicious the food was, I was like, this is really good. And I had it for leftovers the next few days. It was for lunches, you know. It was so good. I'm like, I cannot wait to make it again. And chicken thighs was on sale, but they were all out, so I got a rain check. So when they're in and I buy some, we're having chicken paprikash. So just do a search. I'll have a link down to Jennifer Griffin's recipe, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to find. I found it on Pinterest, the recipe that I used. And those are my 3 favorite dinners. We have a lot of the cheeseburger pie, the pizza, deep dish pizza I've mentioned before and stuff. Now for snacks, cry no more brownies. You gotta make them. Secret ingredient is the okra. And then the fudgy cookies. Those are amazing. All right. Now, there is one thing that I've mentioned before that I love, and I've tried it more now than I ever have. If you need a snack, and it's basically, it is a fuel pull, and it's if you want something that prevent you from eating off plan, make a slushie, because this thing was full, and now it's all melted. In the cookbook is a slushie recipe. There's lemon, there's lemonade, strawberry, and there's a grapefruit. Oh my soul, they are so good. And I like to crunch ice, and this is really helpful to me because I like crunchy foods. And so this keeps me from cheating and eating anything like pretzels or tortilla chips, or if I've eaten too much popcorn. Popcorn is my weakness. It truly is. Popcorn is my one weakness. Popcorn. I could eat it every day with a cup of coffee and just be happy. I may have some tonight. No, I'm going to have it tomorrow. Okay, I'm having it tomorrow. Anyway, enough about popcorn. See how we love popcorn? Make the slushies. Make the slushies. They are so amazingly good. And they are in the cookbook. They are under probably the frozen treats. Oh, I just passed it. Here it is right here. This is the grapefruit one. I have not made that one, but I make the strawberry slushie and the lemonade slushie all the time. Ask my kids. And I've even made it for them. I just made it for 2 of my kids this afternoon, and I just used regular sugar for them. It is so good. You've got to try the slushies. It'll help you survive this summer. So I hope these favorites of mine were helpful to you. And if they were, try it and let me know how you like some of them if you haven't tried it before. And if you have tried them before, let me know how much you like them and if you've tweaked any of them. You know, I would love to know if any of you tweak some of these recipes to make them better or cheaper. I hope this video was helpful to you in finding some new recipes that you would like to try for Trim Healthy Mama, if you follow that. Or if you have tried those, I would love to know how you like them and what some of your favorites are. So don't forget to put in the comments below. And if you're new, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I would really appreciate it if you could share this video on social media, like if you really thought it was helpful, you know, like Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. I love Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I love Instagram more than I do Facebook right now. But I hope it was helpful. And I will see you next time with a brand new Trim Healthy Mama video next week for Trim Healthy Mama Monday. I'm trying to get a little study together on sugar and what it does to our bodies, but I'm not really sure that that's where the Lord's leading me. I started it, but then I got distracted with other things, and every time I look back on it, I don't feel as good about it as I did at first. So we'll just see where that goes. But this I felt good about, and I felt confident that this is what the Lord wanted me to do for today. So I hope it was helpful, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Be a blessing.